I'm Brown. Welcome back to my Apple Podcast. For this episode, or for this series of episodes, I'm going to focus on presentation tools for the iPad. For this one, I'm going to focus on SlidePocket. You're looking at SlidePocket when you first open it on your iPad. This is a presentation that is provided by developers by default. Let's go ahead and open it up. So as you can see, it looks very much like PowerPoint or any other presentation tool like Keynote, with your slides on the left-hand side. Along the bottom, you'll see that there's an option to invert colors. And you can import photos by clicking on the picture icon. You can select the pencil tool to change themes, which give you different font options and different colors. So let's go ahead and set up a presentation. To begin, just select New Presentation in the top right corner. And you're given a plain slide by default. You can modify this by selecting the plus symbol to explore the range of templates that you want to use. In this case, you have 3 basic templates. One that comes with a background photo with text, one that comes with 4 photos and text, and one that comes with 2 photos with text. We're going to use each one. So we already have the first one, so let's go ahead and select the second one. This one has 4 photo options with text along the top. We're going to add one more. And as you can see, this one has 2 photo options with text along the top. Let's go back to the first one. Here we primarily have text, but we want to add a photo background here. So I'm going to go ahead and select the photo icon in the bottom right. And you see you have the option to do several things. One, you can search for images. For example, I can type in here MacBook Pro and then do a web search. And will actually pull up some images from the web. Now I'm not seeing anything I like, so I'm going to go ahead and import a photo from my camera roll. And you do that by hitting the button along the bottom, and I'm going to go to Albums and MacBook Pro. I'm just going to go ahead and just plop one right into the background there. Once the photo is into your project, you can make adjustments. For example, if you select the crop tool, you can then use your finger to scale to the size that you want the image to be. Then click the check mark when you're done. If you want to continue editing the photo, just select the picture icon once again and select one of the other options. As you can see here, you can also edit and control the brightness, and you can choose to lighten the back or make it dark. So with my intro slide edited and my image corrected, I'm now going to go ahead and add some text. I'm just going to put here MacBook Pro. And along the bottom, I'm just going to add by Apple Inc. Now, as I mentioned before, you have options to edit the text if you want to add a background color to it. I like the way MacBook Pro looks, but by Apple Inc. is not showing up very well. So I'm going to select that and then select the option that says background. And that now adds a background to that text. Okay, next let's explore some options on the right. When you select the pencil tool, on the bottom right, here you can change fonts and filters and or colors of your slides. So for example, the first one is selected by default. Select the third one. You see the color of the font changes and the type of font changes. And these are the different types of options that are available. There are some that you can pay for. For example, this next one has a $ next to it, and it's $1.99. So you can actually purchase some additional filters with different font options if you like. If you're happy with the filter and or fonts that you've selected, press and hold on that option and a star will appear on top of it. That means that all of your slides will have that same theme by default. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly finish up this project. So I'm going to select the picture icon on the left that brings back the other tile menu. And I'm going to select the second slide, and I'm going to start importing more photos into my project. In this case, I'm going to the camera roll rather than search the internet or stock images. And then navigate to that MacBook Pro album that I have set up. And I'm going to go ahead and just import photos from that album. Now I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next slide, where I just have 2 images set up. And as you will notice, text will appear over the images by default in the case of this template. But you can easily get rid of that. Just select on the text and a menu will appear. You can choose hide. and it will hide that text. Now I'm going to go ahead and copy this text from the first slide and add it to the other slides. So I'm going to select that, click Edit, press and hold, select all, select Copy, go to slide number 2, select the text, select Edit, press and hold, and paste. As you can see, the text is smaller in this case, but you can change that by selecting Size in the menu option and then select Large. We're now ready to play our presentation. You can hit the play button in the top right. Now, the one thing you're going to really appreciate about the user interface of SlidePocket is how graceful the slides come in, almost having what we call a parallaxing effect. So let's take a look. I'm going to take my finger and swipe to the next slide. As you can see, each element is being animated differently as they slide across the background. I'm going to go ahead and slide back. Pretty awesome. That's SlidePocket. When you're ready to exit your presentation, just tap on the screen and hit the X. SlidePocket by Aero Apps Ltd is free in the App Store. The only thing you have to pay for are the filters and themes available inside the app. That's it. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of My Apple Podcast. I'm going to continue this series on presentations. Next one, Keynote by Apple.